Welcome to step 162 of our journey of bringing Yabá from wreck to dreamy. If you're new here, I'm MP, and together with Ben and an amazing team of shipwrights, we have been rebuilding this wooden, rotten, sinking boat for 3 years, and now we are finally super close to set sail. If you're here for a while now, you know that when we were rebuilding the hull, we were using very traditional methods, simple tools. Well, pretty much everything is very handmade and basic, but that never meant that we are planning on traveling the world as if we were Columbus. We definitely want to mix the traditional boat with some more modern technology to bring more safety, comfort, and efficiency to our daily life once we're on board. And that's what we'll be tackling today. Our electric system, each component that will be making this boat run, and my favorite item, the lithium batteries. To keep track on how our journey unfolds, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I'm not saying this out of habit, it really supports us so much and it's so easy to do. And guess what? It's free! And now let's head into another episode of my journey from rookie to aspirant electrician. Yeah, let's go. We have been testing all the possible options on where to put the electronics panel, if it was better here or upstairs or whatever. We made many different tests, and I think, and I'm very positive that now we have found the best place and the best positioning. So we have it here on the iPad. We've been working on it digitally, which is very nice. But one thing is the digital world and another thing is reality. So what I'm gonna do now is pretty much a dry fitting of the components of our electric system, and then we'll see if they should change positions or if they will fit properly with all the wiring and everything. So let's get into it. Dry fitting of the equipment, and this was the easy part. What we need to figure out now is where each cable is gonna go through. Our links is our fancy bus bar that has fuses. So this is coming from there where our battery bank is. So the positive of the battery bank is coming here to the smaller bus bar, going through a fuse, coming to this switch, and here giving power to the whole system because this links distributor is gonna distribute the power. The negative of the battery goes first through the smart shunt, then to the smaller bus bar, and then straight to the links distributor.
Ok, ótimo. Perfeito.
This is the main panel. This is outside the panel. In this case, our multiplus will be by the helm, so like up and far away. We're just showing that the wire will come this way, and the MPPT will be just next to it on the other side of the sofa. So this is why this is not inside the panel. This is one thing, this is somewhere else.
Happy sailor.
So I'm wearing this. For now, I am not a happy sailor yet. I'm a happy builder. Not so happy all the time because I really want to sail. But for me to eventually become a happy sailor, I need a boat that works. So this is why this is so important. I want to be worry-free. I want to be a happy sailor.
Baby, why you leaving me? Baby, what you done with me for? Is it because of him?
Passa por baixo.
Is it because of me? Would you tell me, baby? Don't you leave me alone? Maybe, won't you come on now? I'll prove I'm right. Feel the morning light. When you gonna come back? My heart is just too black. Hate to be turned down.
I believe we have all the power figured out, even going up to our panel by the helm. The wires that are missing are the data ones, mainly from the servo, because the servo wants to connect to our solar charger, to the multi-plus, to the battery bank, so we can have that information. But power-wise, everything here is powered. We just need now those smaller wires for data. Enough playing with papers, because now we have the real thing.
Christmas came early for us this year as we are going to start opening some very cool goodies. Thank you so much Battleborn Batteries for providing all of this and allowing us to turn our boat into an off-grid home.
Almost a spaceship, honestly, because this is so exciting. After playing around with how we're gonna do all the electronic system, we now have the things in our hands, so we can introduce them to you, explaining quickly what each one of them do, and then we can finally put them in place and actually have a system. This one. VE Buzz Smart Dongle. This small thing over here is pretty much when you attach this to something, that thing becomes smart. Let's see if it's true.
I knew that was gonna happen.
This is like a sensor that will check voltage and temperature and also monitors the operation, and I believe we're gonna attach this to our inverter charger. The Victron Smart Shunt.
This little smart shunt over here is very smart because you just connect this to the...
The revenge was gonna come.
This is the part that monitors the battery current in and output.
This Lynx distributor. Honestly, this is just a fancy buzz bar. It is not just fancy because it looks super nice, but it's because each connection has a fuse, so it's protected. And not just that, I don't know if you can see here, there are two holes. That is because the positive and the negative are installed stacked to each other, so once this is against the wall, it's really well organized, like there are no wires going everywhere, so it looks super tidy, and it's just a lot safer than a regular bus bar. The Lynx is open, we can finally understand better how it works inside. Positive here, negative there, fuses in between, and this here is where the wires will be stacked and very well organized. The Servo GX. This little thing here is capable of so much that I still need to learn all that it can do, but it's pretty much a communication center when the information will come to this, and then we'll be able to read it out on this touch screen that will be showing where the power is coming from, if it's from the solar panels or from the battery bank, how much is going in, how much is going out, and all that. So this is pretty cool. This also connects via Bluetooth to the Victron Connect app, so all the information is on your phone.
You can kind of see this as the computer, the brains, and this as the monitor. Or I'm the brains and this is the monitor.
this is the Orion CR Smart, or maybe Orion CR Smart. In our case, it is 1224. This is a DC to DC charger. It can be used in different ways, but the way we're gonna use this is to transform 24 volts from our battery bank to 12 in case we have other devices that are 12 volts instead of 24. So this is the use we're gonna give to this, but this has many uses.
We did decide to have the entire boat 24 volts. However, it's always good to just have a tiny little separate circuit of 12 volts in case there is an appliance, radio, VHF, NMEA system that we just want to plug in and power with 12 volts.
Next, our wake speed.
This simply controls how much output the alternator is allowed to deliver to your batteries. 3 more items left, biggest ones. The MPPT, or solar powered charge controller, that manages what comes in through the solar panels before sending it directly to the batteries. Very simple to install. Wires of the solar panels go in and wires go out, in our case, down below here to our electric system and then the batteries. This is all in place for now. The bottom one is paper, as you can see, because we love working with paper. For the capacity of solar power we want on the boat, we might end up with a second MPPT, so we're going to leave this area available for that. And there we go. Looks like you're going to need some help with this one.
Well, second to last is our multi-plus. Our battery bank is 24 volts and that's DC. Does that mean that we can never use anything AC? No, because we will have this. This multi-plus is pretty much what will link our battery bank to AC power. It is called an inverter / charger because it can go both ways. We can use it to charge our battery bank with shore power, or also to use the power that we already have in our battery bank to use a device that is AC. For example, our air fryer. So when we want to spend our battery with AC, this will be in charge of that, but when we want to charge our battery with AC, this is also in charge of that.
Yeah, it's quite clever. So in 24, out 220, or in 220, out 24.
Exactly. Easy.
The multi-plus is probably one of the parts that needs the most ventilation, which is why we're placing it upstairs. There's more possibility for fresh air, more open spaces, and also easier to place vents. So we're going to put one here for now. We're going to put it here for now. And just seems like the installation doesn't require too much. It's a little plate that you fasten onto the wall. The multi-plus hooks onto it, and from what I understand, you open the front, 2 screws go through here from inside and 2 from the bottom, just to prevent it from loosening at the bottom. So yeah. Okay, leveler. Can you pass me a screw? We have an inverter. How cool is this? I think we've chosen a nice location. We can even make this lid that we're going to put here venting. We can make anything venting. It's very spacious here. Also, I think I can add another 2 screws on the bottom, which were also provided, and then that's done. After reading the manual, of course, again, I did read it before, there is no screwing that has to be done once it's installed like this. Just to force 5 screws against the wall, hook it in place, and 2 screws on the bottom. So I'm just going to fasten this to not reveal the Victron's secret. Now that we have our multi-plus in place, the ideal thing to do after this would just go to our induction stove, which will be connected to the multi-plus, and make some bacon and eggs. However, I think there's a few things missing still for me to be able to do that. So let's move on.
We just finished unboxing everything. I am sure that once we start installing everything into place, we're gonna learn more and more. So for more information, we're gonna leave a link here in the description below, and there you can check every single one of the items that we have in our system, and also the Battleborn Batteries website that is so complete and filled with information.
And last, but definitely not least, Battleborn Batteries 270 amp hour 12 volt live P04 battery. This one in particular is the 8D, one of the biggest ones they provide, with a bunch of energy and a bunch of potential. One of the biggest advantages of this type of battery is how much you can use it, how much you can deplete this battery.
On lead acid batteries, I believe you can use it up to half and then it needs to be charged again. Opposed to this one that you can pretty much use the whole thing. And not just that, but the lifespan is so much longer because it takes a lot longer to discharge and it can cycle many times more.
That is that. This one in particular comes with a BMS, a battery management system. A battery management system is said to be the brain of the battery pack. The BMS is a set of electronics that monitors and manages all of the battery's performance. Most importantly, it keeps the battery from operating outside of its safety margin.
Because of the amount of cycles that this battery can go comparing to a lead acid one, even though it is a higher investment to start with, as it will last a lot longer, depending on how good you take care of it, it can go up to 10 or 15 years of use. So long term, this will be a lot better investment.
You'll be way better off buying a live P04 battery than a lead acid battery. You might know already, but I've never really realized until I've had it in my own hands, is the weight. Of course, this is the biggest battery that you can get from Battleborn batteries. But look at this. You can't do this with a truck battery, like the lead acid batteries. This would have taken 2 forklift trucks to lift if it was lead acid.
I am so excited to see it in place that I really think you should stop talking and start working.
Ah, it's got so much stuff in there. That'll be for another time.
What's going on here?
I'm just making the boat look nice in places where no one will ever see it.
So the batteries can have a nice and cozy home?
Yeah, that's the plan. They deserve it. Good boy.
Stay.
Ew.
Now we have one battery of 270 amp hour and 2 batteries of 1 million amp hour. So I believe we are the most powered boat there is
A battery
out
just ran
there.
away.
Oh no! We have 4 of these batteries, right? So we still don't know if we're gonna put them like this with the connectors facing there and then it will go up to our panel, or if we're gonna have them like these, connectors facing each other, like all of them here, this battery is like this and this like that, and to the panel. We're gonna figure that out, but this is where our batteries will live. This is what we have planned from the beginning. That's why the sofa has this vent here so the air can flow nicely.
On both sides.
And on everywhere, yeah, here as well. So this is the house of our batteries. We just need to bring the other 3. Okay, we are ready to go sailing. This is your new home. You see that the plate behind it is quite scruffy without our drawing, so I want to paint it orange because that's the standard color for behind electronics. So of course we have to remove everything, but this was all a test. And then when things are in place is to actually start connecting them.
If you snap your fingers, it'll turn orange.
You think so?
Yeah, try it.
Snap and ta-da! my favorite magic trick when a dog appears. I really wish that making the panel took me only a snap of my fingers, but actually to have it from before to this, it took us, well, we wanted to have a space here from the panel to the back, so we made some wooden spacers. We had to cut them in the workshop. It was my first time in my life daring to use the table saw. I watched Adilson using it so many times that I had to know how to do it, right? Then after that, we painted the buttons, put them here in place, and then we started playing around. And now we're ready for the real things. I think today is the hottest day since winter, and we're really not used to hot weather anymore because we had so much rain that we're struggling. I'm struggling, my dad's struggling, Ben's struggling, everybody's struggling. Okay, I have a boat to build. Electrics was something that I never imagined I would not even like, because I thought I would always hate it, and I'm really enjoying it, and I really hope you guys are also enjoying watching it. Maybe you're here because you like woodwork, but you can find out that you actually find this interesting too, just like it happened to me. Now I'm about to install the negative bus bar and the shunt that will be connected to the battery. The bus bar, connecting them both instead of a wire, we thought this was sturdier, and I think it's just so well done. It was my dad's idea, of course, and I think he did a great job. So this is super neat and ready to be put in place. Another cute component in place. We have the positive bus bar and the fuse. We also decided to connect them with a little copper plate with a little bus bar. As this is positive, we decided to protect that copper bar. All we did was adding a shrinking tube like the ones that we use for wires, but we added that the copper plate, made it shrink, so it's very nice. So here the fuse box is protected with plastic, the bus bar also has a protection, and the little space in between that had nothing is also protected, so this is very safe, at least for my standards or for what I see. So it's ready to be put in place. We want to be able to turn the system on and off, the connection to the batteries here. So this will connect the battery to this fancy bus bar, and that will feed everything else. And this will always be powered. We were doing a lot of research, and we saw that it's very interesting to have your bilge pumps straight connected to the battery, because I don't know, if you're gonna be away, you don't want your power to be on for some reason, you leave it off, but your bilge pumps will always work. Or if something goes on here on a fuse that makes the power stop, that won't affect the bilge pumps. We'll see if anything else needs to be added there. That's the reason why we have extra bus bars, not because we don't like this one at all. And this is the result we got. I am super happy. I don't think I could be happier about anything at all from this. It's just that even though it's looking amazing, it's not working yet. But do I really need to put wires? Are wires really that important?
It's gonna look messier with wires.
Exactly. But we'll try to make it look as tidy as possible. The next step here, of course, is to connect the wires so this can start meaning something and not just a beautiful panel. This is what we have so far, a very beautiful panel, but I want to have more than that, and that will be the next step of my electrics journey. This journey is only possible thanks to the generosity of our supporters. So thank you so much, Chris, Andrew, Ravik, and Sam for joining us on Patreon. David, Richard, Simon, and Brenda for leaving us a PayPal donation, and also Dwayne, Mike, Jens, Marcus, Douglas, Joseph, Mike, and Tony for leaving us a super thanks. We are forever grateful for everyone who's living this dream with us. Thank you all for watching. See you next Sunday. Bye!